Hello and welcome. Today's flight is from Cozad, Nebraska to North Platte, Nebraska. There is no particular reason to ever visit Cozad or North Platte for that matter. What is of interest is the location of the VOR, which is south of the North Platte Airport. The VOR approach is more challenging when the VOR is located off the airport. Before we begin, let's take a quick tour of the Cessna 172 instrument panel. This is the airspeed indicator. This instrument indicates the speed in knots that the airplane is traveling through the air, not necessarily how fast it's traveling over the ground. This is the artificial horizon. This gyroscopically stabilized instrument is used by pilots to keep track of the horizon while flying in instrument conditions. This is the altimeter, which indicates to the pilot the altitude above mean sea level in feet. Here is the VOR. The VOR is a navigation aid that uses radio beacons placed at strategic ground locations. It was popularized in the 1940s and 50s and is still in common use today. The desired heading is selected using the outer ring. The white vertical needle indicates the course error. If the needle swings to the left, the airplane is too far to right of course. Conversely, if the needle swings right, the airplane is too far left. Notice the horizontal needle. This needle provides vertical glide slope information to the pilot when landing in instrument conditions. Below VOR1 is VOR2. It operates the same way and has its own radio receiver to pick up the radio beacon transmitter. Next is the ADF, or Automatic Direction Finder. This is a very old navigation instrument that tracks low-frequency transmitters, even AM radio stations. It's another means of radio navigation and is rarely used today. This gauge indicates engine and propeller RPM. Here we find the vertical speed indicator. This gauge tells the pilot how fast he is climbing or descending. The directional gyro provides the compass heading just as a magnetic compass does, but it is gyroscopically stabilized, preventing the directional swings found in a traditional compass. This is the turn coordinator. The turn coordinator helps the pilot decide how much rudder to use and also indicates precise bank angle in a turn. It's used in instrument flying conditions. Now let's get started. Engine start. Today's flight is from Cozad to North Platte. My departure runway is 31. The weather is light rain with a low ceiling about 500 feet with 5 miles visibility. I'll be in the soup for all of the flight.
Good evening, this is Yellow 0231, climbing 1,000 to 16,000, we're just classifying on 360.
Yellow 0231 center, roger, climb and maintain, follow 350, that'll be your final.
350, 231, thank you.
My plan is to climb to 4,500 and come to heading 283 degrees. Let's take a little time while we are flying to check the flight plan. I'm planning a VOR approach to runway 35 at Cozad. No fancy GPS autopilot approaches today. This channel is about old school flying. Currently, we are tracking inbound to the North Platte VOR on vector 283. The planned cruising altitude is 4,400 feet. Time to the North Platte VOR is 22 minutes or 35 nautical miles. Once I cross the North Platte VOR, I'll turn left to heading 201 and track outbound for a few miles while I slow the airplane down to about 80 knots. Once my altitude, heading and airspeed is stable, I plan to execute a 180 and come to heading 018. Once I cross the VOR a second time, I'll start a stopwatch and begin my descent to the airport. The runway threshold is 5 miles down range or about 3 minutes 20 seconds. The missed approach altitude is 3,540 feet. If I don't see the airport at that time, I'll have to declare a missed approach and go around.
4454 to the runway climbing to level 230. Level 230, Southwest 4454. Any chance for direct to Needles for Southwest 4454? Southwest 4454, now I gotta get there, I'll bump the inbound traffic first. Touchback.
United 2074, maintain 300 knots.
300 knots, United 2074.
We are at 4,500 feet and are on heading 283 as planned. The VOR flag will change any second. Watch VOR 2. Okay, we've passed the VOR and are tracking outbound. Time to start my left turn and come to heading 198. Starting my left turn to 200. Refer to the turn coordinator. I try to stay within a 10-degree bank, which is close to a standard 2-minute procedure turn.
Sarah 2685, level 2408.
2685, further Trixie cross Trixie at 19-1-2000, customer 2998.
Level 2685, direct Trixie, cross Trixie 1-2000, 2998.
Looks like I gained 100 feet in that turn.
So 2685, you want 270 in Trixie?
South 2685, comply with the speed on your own.
2685, thank you.
Time to slow the aircraft down to 80 knots. So I'll pull the power back to about 1800 RPM and trim the nose up a bit to hold altitude.
Got 1827, connect approach at 124.35. 2435, United.
I am about 300 feet low, but it's time to start my left turn to 020 degrees and track inbound to the North Platte VOR.
South 2685, connect approach at 124.35.
Level 2685, 2435, good day.
Not 382, pass 1-2000, climb back. 230, be the due.
That's 382, up in a roger.
I am still right of my desired course, so I'll steer left 20 degrees for a while until I get lined up.
Alpha 5075, cross Trixie at maintain 12000, San Diego Arturo 2998.
Cross Trixie 12,000, Southwest 5075.
This would be a good time to take a final look at the approach plate. As indicated in the flight plan, We will be crossing the VOR fix at 4400, at which point we start a 400 foot per minute descent. About 2 minutes later we should start to see the ground, add 10 degrees flaps and look for runway 35's threshold. Looking on the right side of the approach plate, you can see that the landing strip should pop out of the clouds about 30 degrees left of the airplane.
Sorry, 382, got another 126.77.
2677, 382 again. Approach Alaska 250, passing 260 for 240.
The VOR flag flipped to from. That means I have transitioned the VOR and it's time to start my descent to the missed approach point of 3,540 feet. I'll start a stopwatch at the same time. I have about 3 minutes and 20 seconds to make a go-around decision.
Good evening. Jet Edge 521 checking in 26.5.
Jet Edge 521, Lieutenant Roger, cross 12 miles south of Homeland at 12,000, 12 from Homeland at 12, Ontario, altimeter 299 report.
Okay, was that 10 at 12 and then cross it at 12?
Jet Edge 521, cross 12 miles south of Homeland at 12,000, 12 from Homeland at 12.
Okay, 12 at home, 12.
I've reduced the engine RPM to 1800 and am looking for an airspeed of about 80 knots with a descent rate of about 400 feet per minute.
Good afternoon, American 1514, about to leave 14.5 for flight level 230.
Sorry, 1514, Lieutenant Roger.
Time to add 10 degrees flaps.
Sorry, 1243, flight 265, descend maintain 10,000, cross center 299
265, heading depth 10,000.
Right, 1243, you can expect to go jack when you get low tide. When you get low traffic, you can expect to cross jack instead.
We'll expect all that.
There's 3,300 feet we are past where the airport should have been visible.
Maintain about 230.
230, frontier 266.
I think I have the airport, but we are a bit low, so I'll add a little power.
Southwest 3692, consider 126.77.
2677, 3692. Good day.
That looks like the airport just left of the compass. Let's bank left and line up for the center line.
126.77.
Delay now 2677, American 1514.
Reduce the engine RPM to idle. Airspeed is good at 70 knots.
Check 1243, squid deck jack, cross jack, as you maintain 10,000.
Check jack, cross 10, 1243.
Hold the nose off.
That was 2984, contact center 126.75.
2675, West Coast 2984.
Good landing. Retract the flaps.
Frontier 266, consider 119.905.
1995, Frontier 266.
Flight 413, descend to maintain 14,000.
14,000, Flight 413.
Compass 5850, checking on flight level 240.
Alright, say again.
Compass 5850, checking on 240.
Compass 5850, enter up to Mulmark under Trixie.
Alright, after Mulmark, cleared what?
Compass 5850, up to Mulmark under Trixie.
Oh, after Mulmark, direct Trixie, Compass 5850, thanks.
Thank you.
Center, good evening, Frontier Flight 1195, 339 are descending, being the lucky one, down to 240.
Frontier 1195, center, roger. Flight 413, descend to maintain 12,000, final altimeter is 29906.
2996, down to 12,000, Flight 413.
Mixture to full lean, engine off.
Compass 5850, cross Trixie, to maintain 12,000, San Diego altimeter is 2998.
Alright, Trixie 12,000, Compass 5850.
Avionics master off. Beacon, landing lights and navigation lights off.